It's a very exciting time to be part of the PatientPoint family. Culture happens when people aren't looking, so it's really how people behave, and they want to be at work, they want to stay, they want to give their best, they want to thrive. They get excited about the role, the work. So it's kind of really creating the environment that where people want to be and want to stay.
What is most important to me to building a company culture is transparency, clarity on objectives, and creating an environment where people feel that they make a difference.
In order to move forward, in order to have any type of progress, you have to know what you're going to do first. And that begins by focusing on the small details. I see focus reflected in our daily interactions at PatientPoint by each department having a specific goal.
Always bringing back to what is the core deliverable or goal that we're working towards. And having the teams from engineering side, the business side, or the operations side all aligning to say, you have all different priorities, can we look at the goal that we want to focus on and help me prioritize the task?
So accountability speaks to things. It's saying, okay, I'm taking pride in my work and I'm making sure I'm doing it to the best of my ability. Accountability is then holding yourself accountable for everything you're doing. I always make sure I'm doing right by my employees. I'm being transparent with them and I'm making sure that they're heard.
Just letting somebody know something as simple like, hey, I'm working on it, or I'll have this out to you by this date. Everybody here is really understanding, and if you need some time to work on it, you can absolutely communicate that.
In a way that we've become more customer-centric is we've become a lot more geared toward asking insightful questions to our customers so that we can learn what's most important to them. Overall, we've become a lot more adaptable in the way that we approach our clients by focusing on what is the most important to them.
Every person in this organization is literally my customer, because from being in human resources, we have to create an environment where people feel comfortable coming to you regardless if you support their organization or not. So every person in this organization is my customer.
Building a relationship's trust is a two-way street. So you have to make sure that you're, number one, doing what you say you're gonna do for yourself, leading by example. And then just simply building a relationship, getting to know, your coworkers, getting to know your client outside of yourself, and continue to build trust that way.
Really making sure I'm there for everybody I interact with, whether that be my customer, whether that be, a sales director in the field that's needing some help, or an account manager that needs a little guidance as well. Just trying to make sure I'm there for them. Being that trustworthy person for them to be able to lean on and say, hey, I know Nate's got me.
I use systems thinking to guide the decisions that I make by thinking about the upstream and downstream implications of what I'm proposing, because I know if you touch one thing in a system, it affects something down the road. So I really try to think about the implications, once again, of the choices that I'm making or the decisions that I'm making or the advice that I'm giving.
When you're dealing with devices that can have several root causes for what's going wrong, it's very important that you're taking a step back and assessing that. By taking a step back, you're assessing, is it the life cycle of the hardware? Is it a network issue, or is it a software issue? And you're really working to kind of work smarter as opposed to harder every time.
Your impacts are directly felt by the entire organization, no matter what level you are. And having a culture where we celebrate everybody's differences and personalities, and we encourage individualism and creative thinking, we are able to create a very strong culture.
We really value the how you do your job. It's not just about what you do, it's how you do it. And so I would encourage anyone who is looking to work for PatientPoint to really keep that in mind. It's the way that we behave and towards each other is very important. So if you show up with an open mind and live our core values, you'll be in really good company.